to turn back now. I only see the world as broken, but I can only wish you well. Can replace all the words unspoken. Too late to turn back now. I only see the world as broken, but I can only wish you well. When I am the one you've abandoned, I'm not about to let myself come undone. Come undone. Girl, why your ego so high? Her name is inflation, thinking she's so fly. Filling up at the station, she'd be looking so fine. $6 a gallon, and she trying to dime, but the bank's closed. Yeah, the bank's closed. The bank's closed. Her legs are wide open, but the bank's closed. Yeah, the bank's closed. The bank's closed. Girl, I see you driving on empty. My wallet's all 50s, yeah. I see you trying to get at me. You're acting so thrifty. Bet you wanna cash out when big. Better put a ring on it, yeah. Think I'm gonna put out as if. Been looking kinda counterfeit, but the bank's closed. Yeah, the bank's closed. The bank's closed. Her legs are wide open, but the bank's closed. Yeah, the bank's closed. The bank's closed. Girl, why your ego so high? Her name is inflation, thinking she's so fly. I'm leaving the station, she thinking I'm so fine. $10 a gallon, wishing she could drive, but the bank's closed. Yeah, the bank's closed. The bank's closed. Her legs are wide open, but the bank's closed. Yeah, the bank's closed. The bank's closed. But the bank's closed. Bank's closed. But her legs are wide open. All these hustles, but the bank's closed. Now the bank is not open. Girl, let me tell you something. The bank's closed.
Hello, hello. I hope everybody is doing well today. I've just been sitting here for the last 2 minutes listening to how awkward the lyrics of that song was, going, oh, this is one heck of a way to start the stream. Like, her legs are wide open, but the bank's closed. Like, oop. Well, that's a great way to start. Hello, how's everybody? I hope we're all doing well. That was wild. I've never heard that song on this playlist before. But I hope everyone is having a good Sunday. And it's been a hell of a week for me. I don't know if you guys have been feeling it, but the energy for the last week to like 2 weeks is just not being the vibe. Like, it's just not at all. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, something in the universe has been off. And it just decided, you know, like, I was saying to my friends the other day, like, I said at the beginning of this year, like, in January, I was like, 2024 is going to be our year, you know, like, everyone's been having such a shit time in the last, like, 3 or 4 years. It's going to be better this year. I was trying to manifest it, and it's been a fairly good year. Like, don't get me wrong, there's been a lot of good stuff that's happened this year, but I think it hit December, and the universe just went, I am tired. Like, it's been trying to fix things since, like, 2019. And this year, I think the universe has tried its best to work as hard as it can for a lot of people. I know it's not been a good year for a lot of others as well. But in my personal bubble, I've had a lot of good stuff that's happened this year in general. Like, moving house is a little bit difficult, but we're in a good place. Like, I've settled in, I've got myself ready. I made affiliate this year, you know. I've not had bad stuff happen. I've had friends that have had a lot of good stuff happen, and it was like, okay, the universe, I think, is just tired. And December hit and it went, I'm sorry, I'm done. I just can't go with it anymore. Ugh. Yeah, like, it's like one thing after another this week. The good news is certain bad things have been settled. Like, okay, so my sister's case, she was traveling on the train. Her case went missing. It was like bus replacement services because of the storm, and the case went missing, and I was like panicking because not only is her wallet in there, but also like I thought some of the packages I'd ordered was in there, which is like 100 quid's worth of computer parts. So we're both stressing out. Find out when she's got home, actually my stuff she had on her, that's fine, but she still needs to try and retrieve her stuff. Got involved with the police. We were like, oh shit, has it been taken? But they've actually been able to find it and locate it an hour's drive away from here. So they had to go and drive and pick it up today. So good news, everything's back, everything's fine. But it's just like, this has just been the vibe of the universe. Like, we couldn't have a break. It's like, nope, just when you thought things were going to be okay, you're going to have to like spend all night chasing a bloody bag. Like, can it just like give everybody a rest for right now? So if anybody else is having a difficult couple of weeks, trust me, you are not alone. It's going to be fine. Like, let's just manifest some good energy for the rest of the month. Like, we're almost in 2025. I think we're going to be fine. Let's just band together and do what we can to help each other. Keep the vibes high, because it's just, I think if we don't, like, if we're not there for each other at the moment, like, we're all just going to fall apart. Like, I've got through this week by just being around my friends. Like, you guys have been amazing just on stream. You've been amazing off stream. So, fingers crossed, today's going to be good. We're going to have good vibes. I've got my cup of tea. We've got Spirit City Lo-Fi that's going to be on today. We're just going to have a good, hopefully a good writing session. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do for today, but to be fair, I also didn't know what I was going to do last stream either. So I guess I'm just going to kind of let my hand do its thing, and maybe it will just start putting words on a page. That's usually how it begins. And then something in my brain goes, hang on, this could be a good idea. And then it just kind of goes. I don't know if there's any other writers that are like just hanging out in this stream that can like corroborate this, but I feel like sometimes, like, when I'm writing, my brain isn't, like, consciously going, oh, I could write this and I can write that. I just kind of go, and then next thing I know, I'm like, oh, shit, I've written an entire scene, and, like, I don't know how that happened. Like, characters will take over, and just stuff will happen, and I'll be like, that was never my intention, but here we are. Got a nice cup of tea today. Got myself some key lime black. I was like, just nice black tea, nice and sweet. Oh, this was the vibe today. Oh, so I hope everyone is having a good weekend. Like, hopefully Storm Dara has not, like, destroyed anything for anyone. I think we've been okay here. Like, Bert did a lot of damage. Like, a lot of stuff in the street went. Like, our fence came down. But so far, like, fingers crossed, I'd say knock on wood, but, like, I don't even know if, like, I think my desk is made of wood. I don't know. But fingers crossed, like, it's not going to get bad. Like, we put all the plants away, so like nothing's been destroyed. We put the ladder down, you know, we took everything off the trees. So Bug and Bumble, which are our little like ladybug and bumblebee like solar lights, I think Bug might have got injured in Storm Burt, but Bumble was still fine, so we took him down and he's inside just kind of waiting for the wind to subside. All of the plants have survived, none of the trees have come down, so fingers crossed it's going to be okay. I think it's like passing over now, like we've got the last of it kind of today. It's still windy, but the sun is out, the rain has stopped, so it's actually fairly good vibes. Like, the house is filthy, I think, just because it's kicked up so much of the shit from the wind for the last couple of days. But that aside, that's probably actually the worst of it right now. Like, we just need to clean the house, clean the cars, and then everything else hopefully is going to be fine. Yum. This tea is so good. If anyone is wondering, it is, obviously, because it's me, it's one of the Friday afternoon tea blends. It's a black tea with, like, lime flavoring in it. It's so good. Yeah, I'm hoping today we're going to have a good little writing session. We have Spirit City Lo-Fi, as I say, set up for 30-minute sessions with 5-minute breaks. So hopefully we're going to have a good time and get some writing done. If anybody wants to work with us, we're going to have no mic during the sessions while we're working. And then I'm going to try my best to time up the breaks with when the ads are coming. The first one might be a little bit off because we just had ads about 10 minutes ago. But if I see them and they're coming during a work session, if I think I can pause them, just kind of snooze them for a little bit until the next 5-minute break, I will do my best. If not, then, you know, we'll let it run. We're just going to be here working away. You're not going to miss anything. It's just going to be me writing in my book. And yeah, at the moment I set us up for 4 30-minute sessions. That's going to be about 2 hours worth of work with 15 minutes of break. And I reckon that's a good place. Like, we did 3 sessions last time, and then we stopped and we had a chat in between. We had a chat afterwards. So, depending on how it goes today, I think 4 sessions might be good. If we want to go for longer, we'll go for longer. And if we're just done, then we're done early. We can always swap to a game. We've got a few things in the background we can be doing. So, hopefully, we've got a lot to be doing today. If you guys want to know what I'm working on, by the way, !book in chat will tell you what it is that I'm working on. If you want to let me know what you're working on as well, like, let chat know, let me know. We'll work through it together. Oh, this song's heavy. It's called, oh, okay, it's called Doomslayer, so yeah, of course it's gonna be heavy. Oh, yeah, I'm kind of excited about today, and I'm also kind of not, because same as last time, I'm like, I don't really know what I'm going to be doing today. I know what I'm working on, but what's actually going to come out today, I'm not sure. I know, like, I'm going to go back to Peter's point of view. I did a lot with the doctor last session, a lot with the council, and I think it feels about time to swap back to Peter now. And the last we would have seen him, he and his best friend Alex were, like, they were, I think it was, forgive my pronunciation, but the Sakina, or Sakina, or whatever, they're an air sprite that feeds on scent, and they basically just pay their way for travel. So we spent about a week or so with the doctor. I'm going to go ahead and say that probably not a lot happened in that week of travel, so we're going to rejoin them after this week of stuff with the doctor's happened. So we're basically going to find a new village, we're going to meet up with some new people and kind of see how Peter and Alex fare with being outside of the little city. I've not named anything, by the way. Like, the only things I have named are like the continents. I've named the council, obviously, but in terms of place names, like, I have not named the city they're from. Or I say city, it's a village. Like, their little outskirt village, I've not named. And I haven't even named the big city, like where the spire is, where everything goes down. I haven't named it. I've got no idea what any of these places are called. So if anyone's got any like suggestions for like good place names, or like even just a good generator online, let me know, because I am so bad with naming places. Like, it took me about 2 months to come up with the name of the city where my tiefling comes from. Like, all I knew was they were Scottish, and it took me 2 months to come up with the name Dumbraith. So, you know, and that's probably not even, like, it's probably real, and it probably is more Irish than Scottish, knowing me, but it's fine. We're going to figure it out. So today I'm hoping, like, we're going to get some good stuff with Peter done. I don't know how much of the travel I'm going to cover, honestly. I'm probably just going to say, like, in my head, I know what's going to happen with them. Like, the Saki net is going to be there for them, like, in the future. So pretty much that week is just going to be traveling and bonding. Not a lot of like importance is going to be happening, so like I don't know if I need to really look at it, but I can suggest kind of, you know, like they've had a good time, good travel, and pretty much just leave them off at the end, like as they're in the new city. And I think the thing's going to be really fun is that while Alex might have traveled outside of the city a little bit, Peter never has. He's never left his own village, so he's got no idea what the world is like, and he's about to experience everything, and I think it's going to be so good, like seeing his like face lit up with wonder. It's going to be so good. Right, that being said, we're going to hop over to the game screen. Oh, hello. Why is my thing showing up like that? That's supposed to be Spotify. It's fine, we're going to be pausing Spotify anyway. but like the mini player is just not showing up properly today. It's fine. We don't need that. So let's go audio apps. Let's just hide that. Oh no, wait, that's Lurkbait? Why has Lurkbait got a black background? Okay, I don't know what's going on with that. That's wild. I might have to close. I was going to have Lurkbait up today, but if it's going to do that, then I don't know. Maybe let's just start the music up again so it's not like awkward silence while I figure out what the hell that is. Oh, there it is. I don't know what that was, but okay, it's fixed. It's done. Hopefully Lurkbait still works. Let me just do a little test just to make sure. Okay, Lurkbait is fine. That's good. Watch me get like something epic right now. Okay, 1 star. All right. Not gonna make anything good. Hooray! I got a carp. Nice. Okay, so Lurkbait is working. Apparently it was Dino Market because I had that showing, but I have no idea why it was a tiny little like black square. That's wild to me. I've never seen it do that before, but it's fine. So we're gonna head over. We have Spirit City Lo-Fi up already. So let's pause up here. I do have the music in the background. So this is the setup we have for today. I have been doing a little bit of Spirit City Lo-Fi off stream, just while I've been editing and stuff. So if we go to the Spirit decks, I actually only have 1 more left to get. And from what I can tell, all we need is a snowstorm, which is perfect because I wanted to have snow today. We've just got the cozy fireplace, the music choice. There it is, Chilling with the Unknown. I knew it said somewhere I was on, so we're on the Chilling with the Unknown playlist. We have 30-minute sessions set up, 4 of them are ready. We're going to set the snowstorm to go because I like snowstorm sounds anyway. It's really comforting. So we're going to have that going and hopefully lure in the last of the spirits. I'm almost at level 23. I need to do a daily task and a daily timer. So by the end of stream today, we'll be able to get myself hopefully to level 23. That'll be fun. Let me just make sure that you've got the game audio. It doesn't look like it's playing, so I'm just fixing it in the background quickly. I'm not sure why that's not changed. That is over here. There we go. Now you should have audio. Just checking everything else is correct. There we go. Yeah, so we should have everything up. Alright, perfect. So I think we're about as done as we're going to be. I'm just going to have a little bit more of my tea before it goes cold because you know what I'm like at this point on stream. I make a cup of tea before I start. I drink about half of it while we're waiting and then I forget about it and then the other half goes cold. So if you have a hot drink, this is your PSA to go and drink it now. Tasty. Okay, so if anybody's working along with us, if you want to let us know what you're working on in chat, absolutely go for it. We don't have anything currently set up for tasks because I couldn't get Dino Market to work, but I'm hopefully going to have a chat with the devs this week if I can remember to email them and just kind of figure out why we have the black background situation I can speak going on. If I can fix that, then hopefully we'll be golden. We'll be able to get that going with Spirit City Lo-Fi. If I can't fix it, then that's going to be a whole different thing, but if you want to let us know, you can just pop it in chat and we can have a little chat about it. 5-minute breaks. I'm hoping I'll be able to line this up. We've been live for about 20 minutes, so a 30-minute session with a 5-minute break might get us to the point where I can snooze the ads and do that on a break. We'll have to see. If we do end up having ads while we're working, as I say, we're just going to be here. You're not going to miss anything, so feel free to just keep working and lurking, and during the breaks we can have a little catch up. If we need to pause for longer than 5 to kind of like go stretch and do the things, or if we just want to have a chat, we can do that. You know, this is set up for about a 2-hour session and I'm potentially going to be here for a bit longer, so we're just going to be here to just hang out, get some work done. So if you have anything you're working on, we're going to start the timer in a moment. I am also going to let you know, by the way, if you just sort of see me in the camera doing this every now and then, I don't know what's going on, but I've got a bit of pins and needles in my arm, and it's been like in my hands and my fingers the last couple of days, just on my right side. And I think it started when I started knitting again, which is going to be really annoying if every time I knit I get pins and needles, but I don't really know what it is. Maybe it's RSI, maybe it's carpal tunnel. I've got no fucking clue at this point, to be honest, but I'm going to try not to put too much pressure in the wrong spot in my hands. So if you see me sort of stretching, it's just because I'm like, I've got the fuzzy finger feeling. Fingers crossed it's going to be okay though. Like, I haven't written in my book all week, so it should be fine. Like, leaning on my hand in a different way to gaming. Like, I'm not on my mouse like this anymore. I'm going to be on my side. So it should be okay, but if it does get a problem, I'll just swap to typing, and I can always just like show you my screen or something so you can see what I'm working on. But otherwise, we're going to start the timer up. I will mute myself and we're just going to kind of get on with a little bit of work. I will see you back in 30 minutes time. Good luck with whatever you're working on. Feel free to lurk to your heart's content. Today is going to be just chill, just co-working. So I will speak to you in about 30 minutes. Hello, hello, Jay, emerging from your ice box. I hope your house will start to warm up soon. Fingers crossed that your boiler issue gets fixed, because no one needs to be cold this time of year. Like, it's gonna start to get worse, and I know it's probably been like snowing and everything where you are, so I hope you and little Meeks are just absolutely just snuggling up in blankets and staying warm, and hopefully your boiler is fixed pretty quickly. I know, like, oh, I know it sucks to like have so much going on, and we were talking at the beginning of stream about like just this month just going to absolute shit. So fingers crossed, the energy is changing, things are turning for the better for the end of the year. So hopefully you got some warmth. I hope you're doing well this morning. Oh, my hands are still tingly and I don't know what to do about it, so I'm just gonna I'm gonna keep going, and if it's like still tingling after a couple of days, I'm just gonna have to go to the doctors because I don't know what to do about it. But hopefully it's just a simple pressure thing that maybe I've just like pinched a nerve or something in my wrist, but it's fine. Like, I'm still able to write. It's just every now and then the pressure of the book on my wrist is kind of making my fingers go a bit funny, but it'll be fine. We'll be all right. The guy has left and ordered parts. He got it sort of working. It won't be as cold, but it isn't fixed yet. Good news, it's covered under warranty. Oh, that's so good. I'm really glad about that, because I know you said it was like only the last couple of years it was replaced, so I'm really, really glad to see that that's kind of covered and able to be like, you know, like you're not going to have to fork out of pocket for something that was so new. Oh, but I hope you're doing well, Jay. How are we? Oh, I don't know what the dogs are doing. They're wound up by something. They've been barking on and off for a while. Oh, oh my god, I just saw my mum. She got stuck in the tree. Oh, poor mum. That was so funny. I just watched her run out into the garden with the dogs, and she just got her hood of her hoodie stuck in the plum tree. Just walked face first into it. Oh no. I'll have to go and check if she's okay in a bit. I'm sure she's fine, but that was so funny. I'm sorry, mum. I shouldn't laugh. Oh, the puppers. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they were out for a while. My dad took them out on a long walk today, so they probably have been running over the hills and splashing around and having the absolute time of their lives. So they probably just got home and they're like telling everyone about it, going, "We just had so much fun." Like, oh, we do actually have ads starting in about 5 minutes. Our break is about 5 minutes long, so what I might do is when the break is about to finish, I will pause and we'll kind of just wait out the ads. I do need to go and do a little bit of a stretch, but I just kind of want to chat and, I don't know, just catch up, see how everyone's doing. Like, this first session was a little bit rough. Like, don't get me wrong, I still have like just over 2 pages worth written, which is great, but it's been hard going getting this stuff done. Like, I decided to go back to Peter's point of view and kind of rejoin them. Like, they've been on the road for about a week, and Peter just wants to like be free. That's all he really wants, is freedom. And this is like the first time I'm trying to address that. That's kind of how he feels. So trying to put across like a really young person's, like, he's like 27 or something, but he's also a Fae hybrid. So he's, what is it, like, I think he's part fawn and part, I want to say Bell Fairy. I might be wrong on that one. I like Bell Sprite, I think it is. And their lifespans are longer than humans. So while he's got human blood, he still obviously lives longer than like a natural human would. So for him, 27-ish is still young. Like, I don't know if that's exactly how old I made him, but it's somewhere around like the 25, 27 mark. So for him, he's still very juvenile. So I'm kind of trying to find a way of like putting forward a very young person's naive view of freedom. And like, don't get me wrong, like, I absolutely am like on his side for like wanting to be able to explore and not being like bound to where he is. Like, he doesn't understand why for him like he can't be allowed to go anywhere. So I'm kind of trying to form a conversation where they're like pushing him on it to be like, why is it that you are like so determined to leave? And trying to start to put forward the thoughts of him, like trying to understand why it is that he's so adamant that he has to leave, he has to travel. Like, it's all he's wanted to do since, like, I mean, other than like when he grew up as a kid, he was happy in the forest and stuff, but there was a certain point where something just clicked and went, I can't be here anymore. Like, I need to be able to be free. And this is like linked to the fact that, you know, like, it's based around Peter Pan, so kind of trying to get the vibe of like, well, Peter Pan was like, well, he never wanted to grow up, and he could fly around and do whatever he wanted and be like, gather the Lost Boys, and he could fly and be free and just be him. And it's that same sort of like childish freedom that I want to kind of instill in our Peter here, where it's like, he understands that there is a whole world out there that he hasn't discovered yet, and nothing at this point to him, there is no fate worse than being stuck somewhere. He wants to be able to be free, and being chained, being like forced essentially into a cage, metaphorical or literal, like being told you cannot go beyond the bounds of this thing. He's like, well, why am I not allowed to go somewhere? He doesn't understand. So I'm kind of trying to find a way to put that across without literally just saying, I want to be free, you know, like I'm kind of trying to like eke it out a little bit and explore it, but I don't think he really properly knows either. He's just kind of like still got that quite naive view. So that's kind of what I've been struggling with, is a way of trying to like put that view forwards without it literally just being like, wow, I don't want to be stuck, you know. But we're getting there, kind of. Like, I'm trying to find a way of like using this Sakina like air sprite to have this conversation, because they're like a traveling merchant, right? So they do go different places. So for them, they're like, well, I travel a lot, but I don't know why you're so adamant to go somewhere. And it's almost Peter sort of being like, well, you go places, so don't you enjoy it? Like, why can't I do what you do, sort of thing, you know? So it's like an interesting conversation where like the Sakina's kind of like, I mean, fair enough, I do that, so fair, like, I can't tell you not to, but like the fact that he's still so naive as being like, I have to go, you know. it's a hard balance to kind of put across. Ugh. But yes, we're gonna go take an ad break. It's about to start in about 10 seconds, so I'm gonna go over to, actually, you know what? No, we won't go to the BRI back sprint. We can stay right here, and you can just kind of chill with the lo-fi vibes. I am gonna go and do a stretch quickly, and I'll be back in about 3 minutes. I will see you back here, and we'll start work again. Alrighty, I am back. I had to take a little bit of a longer break just so I can go and grab some water and kind of go and figure out what's going on because my dogs have been barking. Apparently we've had an electrician in doing some stuff, so we now have an outdoor light, which is great because the back of the house gets so freaking dark. Like, we have two black dogs, so when they go out, when they go out in the garden at night to go for like the last toilet, it's like we can't ever see them. So we now have an outside light and it's actually nice and safe to be out there now, which is great for me because, as you know, like, I hate the dark. So being able to go outside with the dogs at night and actually see where we're going will be nice. So that's apparently been done and they've been doing some other stuff. I'm not sure what exactly what's going on, but that'd be why the dogs were barking earlier. Right. While we have just like a tiny little bit of this like official break left, I'm just going to do a couple little bits here. We need to sort of level up because we're now level 23. Heck yes. 500 extra coins. That's nice. We have not yet found the last spirit, so we'll kind of just leave it going and like hopefully we'll find them by the end of the stream. I don't know what they're going to be, but they're the last ones. And if they have a cute little Christmas skin, then we can have them set up for next stream. Like next time we do a writing one like this with Lofi, we can get some of the little Christmas characters. I love the little teapot. I was so happy to have them today. I love the teapot anyway, but wasn't the like the candy cane handle and the snowflakes? It was so good. It's like perfect for today. Right, well, if anybody is doing their work, we're about to go into another 30-minute session, so I'm going to mute up again. We're going to carry on doing some work. Hopefully I can get through this conversation I'm trying to write, and yeah, if you want to let us know your progress in chat, feel free, and I'll speak to you in about 30 minutes. Oh, well, how are we going, friends? That is the second of the 30-minute sessions done. I feel like maybe I might have summed up that conversation okay. Like, it wasn't quite an argument, but it was like the Sakina kind of questioning Peter with like, well, why do you want to be free so much? And he's like, well, why do you? You know, you travel, wouldn't you want to be free? And he's like, I mean, touche. Like, as a very much like a summed up version of that conversation, but they just made camp somewhere and their days travel out from like the big city. And that's why I asked in chat, and if anybody has any ideas, please do let me know, because I'm super curious. Obviously the Sakina, if anybody's heard me talking about it before, they feed on scent. So I'm thinking the reason they stopped to make camp is because they've realized that they can smell a day's travel away, like something that's like a really tasty food. And they're like, the reason we're making camp now and not going into town right now is because I want to get there in time to basically get there for the first serving of whichever food this is that they know is going to be great. They're not there for the food, but they're there for the smell. So if anybody has any suggestions of like a food that they love the smell of, whether it's like a baked good or like some kind of like fried or smoked meat or fish or something, or some kind of dessert, or even just a drink, you know, if there's anything that anybody is like, oh, this smell is just the best, I really want to know what your thoughts are. And if there's any of them that I'm like, okay, yes, I'm like so down for that, like I'm absolutely taking suggestions. And it may end up in the final version, we don't know. Yes, I hope everybody is doing well in their work. We are halfway through this break. I'm going to try and keep the momentum going. I kind of need to decide what sort of town we're going into, because they're from a rural village, and the way I've kind of set it up is that on the last week's worth of travel, they've only been to one other village, and it's very similar to where he came from, because they're leaving like the depths of the rural area. They've gone through all these forests and like side trails like covered in pine needles and stuff, and they're kind of starting to get towards a little bit more of like, not quite fully urban, but sort of like definitely more urban than they're ever used to. So like there's actual like paved roads now and stuff like that. So I kind of have to kind of decide what sort of town it's going to be. Do I want it to be like a mining town, or somewhere that's big on trade? Like, I don't want to go to like a massive hub just yet, but I also kind of want it to be big enough that it's like super kind of entertaining to them, where the Sakina is like, okay, well, this is my next main stop, so this is where I leave you, and I want him to kind of do like a big grand reveal sort of thing of being like, hey, you wanted to see something bigger than your town? Well, welcome to blah, like Glendaria or something like that, you know, whatever we want to call it. So I'm kind of just trying to decide like how big I want this place to be. I don't want it to be like skyscraper like city. Like, we're not going to Tokyo right now. We're going to kind of more like, I don't know, like I don't even know what to describe it as, but like definitely more of a town than a city. But considering he's gone from like little rural village, a town, like an actual full town that's probably going to have like cathedrals and big businesses that aren't just like little hovels cut out of trees and stuff. It's going to be like actually like constructed buildings and stuff. So it's going to be fun to kind of construct that. Again, though, we're going to have the same issue that I need to name all of these places. So not sure what I'm going to do with that. But I do think it's about time we introduce a character that's going to come in later. Like, there's going to be a handful of people that they're going to meet on their travels that I want to come into it towards the end when everything kind of comes to a head. So I've got to decide who we're going to meet here. Oh, right, crack the knuckles, stretch the arms out. Just cracked my neck, that hurt. But we are ready to go. The timer is about to run out, so again, another 30-minute session. We are halfway through, so if you're working, keep going, you can do it, and I'll see you here again in 30 minutes time. What is everyone doing? I hope everyone is doing well, working hard. My hand is hurting a little bit because I'm writing so much, because my brain has suddenly decided it actually wants to kick into gear. So we have just entered the new city. Although I'm saying city, it's a new town. I'm deciding it's an ex-mining town. I don't know why. I couldn't think of anything else, and it seemed like, okay, it seems appropriate. Like, it's a small little area. And I decided they're kind of a religious place because I wanted them to come down and see this massive cathedral with like big stained glass window. Literally the only reason it's a religious town is because I wanted this massive cathedral, and I'm like, why would they have such a big cathedral in this little town? And I decided they're religious because the mines collapsed and they prayed to a god to help them out, and they found some really cool thing underground that like washed everything out. So I'm deciding to go with that. I don't know. I'm not sure what we're going to do with the mines yet, but there might be something important there. But I've decided I think the person I want to meet is maybe going to be someone at the church. I don't know. There's a few different people I want to meet in different places. Like maybe someone who's a good hunter or tracker. Maybe who's like someone who's like maybe just a baker. I don't know. Like someone just fun around. But I reckon having someone that's like not necessarily like the priest, but like somebody who works at the church in some kind of way, like I reckon there'd be a cool person to kind of get to know, sort of discover a little bit more about the religion of this new world. Like, don't get me wrong, I am not a religious person in real life, but I think it's really interesting to kind of explore that side of things, given that this world that I'm writing in is like 500 years or something after our current day. So the way that they interpret the gods is kind of potentially different to the way that we see it right now. So I'm kind of curious to kind of just explore it a little bit, see like how they've twisted the things that we know right now into the world that they know there. I think it would be a bit of fun. Oh, don't forget to stretch, everybody. We should have had our last ad break for a little bit not too long ago, so hopefully the next session will be uninterrupted. I've got a little bit of water left, so I'm just going to kind of have a quick stretch in the last 2 minutes before we go back. Again, if you want to let me know what you're working on, absolutely go for it. If you want to just keep going, absolutely just do what you need to do. We're going quite well today, I think, here. Like, let's see how far we've gotten so far, hey? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 7 pages, because I've done about half a page here and a little bit on this one. So we'll call it about 7 pages so far. And with the math we worked out last time we did this, I believe it was estimated around about 300 words per page handwritten. This is a slightly smaller than A4 book, so I don't know if that counts as more or less, but we're taking that as a general number. So we're on about 2100 words so far today, if I've mathed that correctly. So absolutely, we are on track. If I only do Sundays for Damn Book December, we are on track to hit our 10,000 words. I'm so far from like having anything like extendedly planned for this book, but what I'm kind of hoping is I can kind of go with the flow. It's all about scene formation at this point, so I'm making scenes. I'm not quite writing the book because it's not as detailed as I want it to be. I'm like kind of describing the background of towns, and some conversations are very specific, but there are other things where it's kind of like they traveled and it goes from a densely wooded area to a more town area. That's kind of what I discussed, so that sort of thing will be more detailed as I write it. But I'm kind of at the point where like this is only their first like venture into a main town, and they've got to get all the way to the other side of Eternum, like into like the snowy mountains and meet the Ice Maiden, you know, like they've got a long way to go. It's a lot of fun. I'm like, and like having a lot of fun meeting new people and stuff, but we have a long way to go. Oh, okay, one final push for the 30 minutes. If we decide we want to add an extra one, we can, but if you want to take a break and do something else, we can also have a look at it. So one more set of 30 minutes and then we'll check in, and I will be back with you in a little bit. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, Oh, well, that is it. That is a 4 30-minute sessions back to back. And I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I got a lot of work done. My wrist is hurting to the point where I think it needs to crack, but it won't go. But I just got into like a flow of things and I was like, we need to meet this new character. And turns out they're actually really good at knowing when somebody needs to repent and have contacted their god. I don't know, maybe some kind of cleric kind of character. I feel like they're going to be important in some way, but I kind of had a little bit of a secret moment between her and Alex. I won't go into it because it's kind of secret, but she just kind of looks him in the eyes and says something, and he's like, what are you talking about? And she's like, you know, sort of thing. So it's like, it's kind of cute, but it's also like intriguing. I'm not sure what to do with them now though. Like, they met them at the church, they've been shopping, you know, they've gone and had a nice tasty meal, and I'm pretty much gonna have it be that they like spend the evening with the cleric. I'm gonna call them a cleric because that's what I think they're gonna be. I decided to call them Lyre, L-Y-E-R. I have a long list of names that are like that basically they end in the letters ER, and that's kind of for a reason. And we have met our first other character outside of Peter and Alexander that has an ER surname, or an ER ending suffix. I think that's the word I'm thinking for, to their name. They're all going to be important. I'm not going to tell you how, because that would be spoilers. But I'm really interested. I think they're going to be such a cool little character. Like, I'm not sure exactly how, like, what we're going to do now that we're here, but they're in this town. I need a name for the town. I need to try and come up with a kind of, some kind of food. So if there's anybody like hanging around in chat, like lurking away, that can just sort of wants to pop out and just answer this question, I promise you don't have to. But if there is something that you have in mind, I'm so curious what you think. I said that basically the Sakina knew that they were like a half a day's travel outside of the town because they could smell a particular kind of food that they loved the smell of. And I'm trying to think, basically the Sakina takes them there to this place and goes like, you're gonna love this. Goes there, pays for his fill to basically just smell, because that's how they eat. Basically, the Sakinas eat scents. So they go there, they have their smell, they go out the back to do their trade, and Peter and Alex are basically told, eat your fill. And they sit out the front and they just munch away and have a really good lunch. And I'm not sure what it is they're gonna eat yet. So if anybody has suggestions of like some kind of food and drink that just smells really good, it can be something super specific or something quite vague, like if there's a particular fruit you like the smell of, or like a certain meal that like makes you think of home kind of thing. I'm absolutely down for suggestions. But then basically they went from there, they went shopping and they bought a bunch of stuff, and then they ended up at the church where they've now just met Sister Lyre. And I think they're going to be so cool. I'm really interested to see what's going to happen with them, but I'm not sure what they're going to do for the rest of this time. I'm like going to kind of put in a filler conversation to sort of be like, they go there, they talk to her, they kind of get to know her a little bit, and then the Sakina is going to leave them there, and then they have to make the next set of travel on their own kind of thing. So like they're going to set them up, but they're not traveling with them any further. They basically now have to fend for themselves. Just be like, look, take anything you need from this town. Like maybe Lyre is going to help them get some like supplies and stuff and send them on their way with some good juju. Like, I've spoken to the gods and they're going to protect you for like for the next like half mile outside of town, and then just send them on their way kind of thing. But I think they've done well. I think I've done quite well today. Let me do one final like page check. I'm gonna say, because I crossed out a bunch here, I'm gonna call this one and that one page. A little over, but it's fine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pages. Let's go. 9 times 3. What? That's maths. Hang on. 9 times 3. It's you put your third finger down. So that's 27. So 2,700 words. 2,700. I will absolutely take that. Knowing me, when I gotta type this up later anyway, I will end up just embellishing some other stuff I've already added. Like, there might be other conversations that come to mind while I'm typing it up and stuff, or descriptors that I want to put in there. So last time I did a stream like this, I got a rough estimate of 2.2 thousand, typed it up, and ended it with 2.7 thousand once I typed it. So potentially up to 3,000 words today, and I'm so down for that. Like, these sessions they've been so good because, you know, like, I haven't written on this book in a year. I have all these ideas in my mind, and I never quite expected to be writing this much detail at this point. I was like, I need to try and come up with some better ideas, like, in terms of, like, what the Doctor does. I don't know anything about him. Like, how is he going to be important? And I ended up writing up, like a whole entire scenes in churches and throwing coins into fountains, you know, like, super like specific things that are gonna like kind of make some sense later. Like, you know, like there's some plot points and some backstory and stuff that I want to try and bring in later that I'm like kind of hinting at early, being like, you know, like Alex throwing a coin into the wishing well kind of thing, and then having this moment with the cleric sort of being like, hey, I know what you said and you're fine, you know, like stuff like that that's gonna like pave the way for some bigger discussions later. I'm excited. I think we've done quite well today. How have you guys been? We do have some ads incoming in a few minutes, so I don't know whether or not we're going to go any further, but I do kind of want to hang out on chat. So what I might do is I might let these ads roll, and then we'll just kind of chat away. Then we don't have any time, like kind of time constraints. We can just kind of catch up, see how everyone's going. I'm excited for this. I think this is going to be good. Again, as I say, if anybody's got any suggestions for like town names or like a town name generator, this book is like a reimagining, that's not quite right, the word. It's like set 500 years after our current time, after like nuclear fallout kind of thing. So in my head, the only place, like the only continent that still has the same name is Oceania, because in my head I thought it would be really funny, and just, I don't know, I just really enjoyed the fact that like Australia was like the only place that still got the same name as it used to have. So that's why we have an Australian halfling. But everyone else, like some of the, like most of the old names kind of disappeared. Like the continent names have changed. It's just now like upper continent, middle continent, north and south. You've got the wastelands. You've got Dead Man's End and Dead Man's Reprieve, which is basically like the north and south pole that have like completely melted away, and it's just like jagged rocks now at this point. That's where the Cyclopses live. So we've got this kind of like post-apocalyptic but also now thriving kind of sci-fi fantasy place. So I'm kind of up for any kind of names, like even if it's just like bog basic like British like country village name, or something that sounds like it's out of like Star Wars, kind of like, I don't know, like completely random names. I'm so down. Yeah, I've got a name. So far I need to name Upper City properly. Like Upper City is like the inner part of that main city, but that's basically like the biggest hub. It's like London, like in equivalent to England. Like it's the biggest place, and I'm kind of like, I need to name that place. I need to name Peter's hometown and kind of all the villages they come across along the way. So I'm gonna need a lot of names. Like I have names for people, and I know what generators are for people names, but in terms of like town names, I want stuff that sounds interesting but also kind of like, you know, it's something pronounceable. Pronounceable, that doesn't sound like a real word, but I'm saying it is now. Oh, I'm almost out of water. There's like a little bit left, so if anybody needs some more water, I'm gonna go refill it after this. We've got about 2 minutes till the ads, and I'll go refill it then. But I've been trying to remember every now and then to drink it, and I just, right towards the end here, I just got so into it that I was like, go, 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 and I just like completely forgot about actually, you know, hydrating. Yeah, I'm looking at the time. It's about 4:30 for me, and I usually would finish at about 5 o'clock. I don't know if I want to do another writing session right now, because I've kind of reached a point where I'm not sure what to do. Like, they've met the cleric, but I kind of want them to have like a bit of a conversation, like some kind of meaningful something before they split and like leave whatever this town is. And I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with that right now, so I kind of want to like just have a think about it and come back to it later. Like, I could just like leave a chunk and just type it up later when I can think of it, but I also like, if I can give myself like the rest of the night to kind of think about it, maybe when I come to like type it up either like today or tomorrow, depending on what I have time for, maybe it'll come to me then. So I don't want to do another like proper session right now, but I do just kind of want to like have a chat and a hangout. Maybe see like have a look. Oh, the spirit decks. Yeah, we can check that out when we get back. We have like one more guy. Maybe we'll do a little bit of decorating in Spirit City Lo-Fi. I think that'll be good. For now though, we are about to have ads. So I'm just gonna like leave you on this page just to kind of chill. So if you are just working and lurking, you're not gonna get like suddenly like metal music and shorts playlist. We're not gonna do that one today. But I will be back. I'm gonna go grab a drink, go to the bathroom, get a stretch, you know, do all the things. So if you've been working hard and you need it, go and take a break. And we'll be back in about 3 minutes. You're not going to miss anything. We'll be right back. What perfect timing. I got back as it said ad break is ending. So hopefully everybody is back and has gone and done a little bit of self-care. I have to go and turn the light on because it's getting a little bit dark in this room. It's like hitting that point of the day now where it's like the light is just disappearing quickly. Oh, I feel like after today I need to go into Hero Forge and make Lyre in that because like I made a version of Peter and I want to remake them. And I also, at one point, I don't know, I can't find the pictures anywhere, so either I didn't take screenshots or I made it and then I just closed it down, which is savage. But I know I made Alex at one point as well, like, he's like a centaur carrying a spear or something, where it's kind of like, he's part centaur, part lunar ravager, and also part human, obviously. But he was a very cool character to make, and like, I have this kind of an image in my head of Sister Lyre a little bit. And I sort of want to, I kind of want to make them in Hero Forge. But I know there's going to be a massive time sink. Anybody else who's ever been in Hero Forge knows what it's like when you've got like this thought in your head and it's just like, okay, I need to make them in this thing. You're like, I'm going to be lost for hours. So we'll come back to that one at another point. I'm not going to do that right now. Otherwise, we're going to be here until like 9 p.m. And don't get me wrong, maybe one day we will do like a 7-hour Hero Forge like character building session, but not right now. What I do want to do right now though is go to the spirit decks because we found the last spirit. It popped out because of the snowstorm. Oh my god. Oh, look at this creature. Twin-tail. Local legends speak of a twin-tailed fox who heralds the changing of the seasons. As the story goes, it uses its tails to swipe away the vibrant autumn leaves from the ground, leaving pristine white snow in its place. Today, we've come to understand the origin of this myth as a spirit twin-tail. We now, of course, know that this spirit doesn't actually affect the seasons, but we have since learned that its coat begins to change colour on the days leading up to the change of the season. This colour change often starts from the tips of its tails, prompting keen observers to start their prep for the coming weather a few days ahead of schedule. Even though its tails are big and bushy, twin tails are surprisingly light and nimble, so much so that its dainty paws don't leave any prints when walking over snow. Demure and mindful, these sympathetic spirits love cuddling up with others during chilly nights to help others keep warm. Oh my gosh. I need to look at the skins for this little creature. It is so cute. Let me close down the timer if I can get the... Where's the hitbox for this thing? There it is. Oh my gosh, look at it. So I'm guessing this must be spring then, with the pinks. Oh, summer is so cute. I'm like assuming it's summer, but like the yellow for the sun, the green for the trees and the leaves coming out. Then we have autumn. Just looking like the cutest little red fox you've ever seen. And then I'm assuming from what I've heard other people say that this is like Miles' Tails from Sonic, and I'm it's so cute. Let's have a look. What other spirits do we have? Is there anything else that we've got that we can do like Christmas for? So we've got this little kitty here who comes with this version. I don't think I actually had to pay for this. I think it just kind of came... Oh, hang on. You can't see any of this. I need to close my camera down temporarily while we're not writing. But yeah, I think some of these creatures came just with the Santa hats and stuff without you having to pay for it. So this kitty who is absolutely the cutest little thing. That one's got the little Santa hat, so we can use that during one of our streams. I don't think the bunny has particularly any Christmas ones. I did buy this one though. The little rainbow ears and the button is the cutest. This actually, the hedgehog is kind of one of my favorites though. Like the Shadow the hedgehog, I love Shadow. It's so cool. Like he's always so cute, like almost like asleep. Like every time you put them down somewhere. It's just such cute skins, dude. I haven't bought this yet one. I did want to buy this, like, kind of like, I think it's supposed to be snowflakes, but it also looks almost galaxy-like on this fish. I do have some points, so maybe I'll go and buy some skins in a bit, but I think this one's kind of the closest to a Christmas version for this. It's very cute. And then the owl creature, what colors do we have for you? I mean, this is kind of Christmassy, I guess. I do like this though, with like the little like tartan waistcoat kind of thing. I have bought the one for this guy. I can't remember any of these names at the moment, but I did buy this with the blue Santa hat and the little like, he looks so cozy, like he's wearing a jumper and the like little blue snowflakes. Like the little nerdy glasses. Love this little guy. Obviously, we've seen the teapot. We had this one all day today, so I have this one as well, like the black. And I do love this one. I use this quite a lot when I'm just chilling. But I also love this with the candy cane. This is one we had on today. Oh, it's so good. Ooh, is my game frozen? There it is. Oh, it's so good. I love the Trash Nuki colors. Of course I had to buy the red panda immediately, by the way. Like, as soon as I got the Trash Nuki, I had to get this guy. Like, the red pandas, like, it has to be. And then again, this one, the dog character, this one comes with a hat anyway. Like, I don't remember buying this one. So if you do just want a couple of, like, Christmas companions, you do have some available. They've got some really great cards. I really want this one, though. Oh, that's so pretty. It's just like there's so many creatures I have in here now. I did buy for this guy the little like almost like donut. It's so heckin' sweet. Like I love this guy. Like I think he's supposed to be he's a waxolotl, I think is what he's called. He's got like the wax candle, but looking like an axolotl. I love this guy, and he matches my outfit right now as well. So I've got like my brown, like the gingerbread kind of brown snowflake kind of vibe, and he matches in so well. Oh, let's see. We have like 2,000 points to spend. I'm not sure if there's anything I particularly want to change about this room as such. Like, I've done a lot of the decorating in this room that I want to do, but I did start a new preset, like a bright kind of apartment vibe. So maybe there's some things we want to change in here. Let's see, what kind of side items do we have? Maybe there was something here that I wanted to buy. I don't remember, but... Oh, cups of tea. I do have the non-binary cup, though. I got this one, and I love this cup. I bought a boba, but I only bought it to get one of the spirits. Is it the little, like, tadpoles? Oh. It's so much fun getting all these different spirits. And then for side items in this one, I had, like, the little blue orchid and the knitting. This is, like, a whole different vibe. This is, like, a light and bright kind of vibe. And then you swap to the other preset and it's like, ooh, dark and gloomy. Like, it's almost like the closest to dark academia I can get versus the other one, which is more like light and airy apartment vibes. I do kind of wish there was some better flooring though. Like, it's not that the floorings in this are bad, but like there's none that I'm particularly enamored by. Like, I looked through a bunch of different ones. I don't really want the carpet in here. I do kind of like the floorboards, but I don't know, I just haven't really been able to pick the right kind of vibe for this room yet. I mean, I guess maybe actually that's kind of cute. A bit more the vibe we're going for, but at the moment I'm just kind of going with this like blue kind of wood. It's the best sort of vibe I can come up with so far, but I am really intrigued to see what kind of new stuff they might add coming up. Like, it's going to get to a point where I don't know about anybody else who's been playing this for longer than I have, but it's gonna get to a point where everybody's gonna have bought everything. I have just over 2,000 points at the moment, and points do disappear really quickly when you start like building rooms and putting items in and stuff, but it's also like there's so much stuff to buy just to unlock it, just for the sake of having it. Oh, I do love this bay window though. I don't know why, but I loved this blue and orange curtain up here. Like, although there's like no other orange in the room, the blue vibe with these hanging lights, it just made me feel really happy. And I've been having like this scene on for December. I bought this one with the moon for like Halloween kind of vibes, but I did buy this one, which is kind of the one I set for like, well, we're just like chilling, doing our thing. I think we can go to evening light now though, because it's that time of the day for me now. Yeah, look at that. A beautiful orange vibe. We have gone way past orange outside. Like, it was very briefly pink, and now it's just like a dusty, like blue-gray now. Like, it's gonna be black any second now, so I'm just enjoying this light in the game while I have it. Oh, well, I think today's been really successful. I don't know about you guys. We've got about 9 pages worth of stuff written down. I'm happy with the progress I've made with characters in this, because my worry was going to be like I was going to get so focused on like what they were doing that I wasn't going to get the points down of discovering the characters, or I was going to get so stuck in the characters that I wasn't going to get anything else like important done, and I was just going to get lost in people. But I think I've managed to get a good balance so far between like doing a bit of world building and like obviously because like the whole point of Eternum is that it's like full of hybrids. So I'm doing a lot of research in the background about different fae and stuff, so we can kind of like see what other kind of interesting characters we can come up with. So I'm not sure exactly yet what kind of fae hybrid I would like Sister Lyra to be. I have a kind of an image in my head of like vaguely what she'll look like, but I'm gonna do some research, see if I can think of any kind of like appropriate like fae slash fantasy race combination I can come up with. Like it can either be like a combination of just human and of one fae, or two different kind of fae, or maybe like not even a fae at all. Like for example, like Alex is a human centaur lunar ravager, and I believe the lunar ravagers are a type of fae, but a centaur's not. You know, like I've got Peter, who's a cross between human, Bellsprite, and fawn. You know, so like it's combining a bunch of different things just to kind of see like what kind of different characters we can come up with. And essentially this is all part of the science project with the Project Neverland trying to engineer like a better, quote unquote better, like human race by combining with like doing like DNA splicing. It's kind of like one of those things like some people are on board with it, some people like it's kind of messing with stuff you shouldn't mess with, but they did it anyway because somebody decided it was going to be a good idea, and like they had good intentions at the beginning, so like they just did a whole bunch of research. So basically any combination you can come up with, I'm down for it. I'm open to kind of explore it, see what we have. So I'm going to dig deep into my list of fae creatures again over the next few days, see if we can kind of come up with some really good options for a cleric who is very much like on board with the church, in touch with the gods. Whether or not the gods actually intervened in the way that I've said that people believe they have, you know, it doesn't actually have to happen for people to have faith, but there might also be a god involved. Even if they weren't involved in the original incident that I mentioned, doesn't mean the gods aren't out there. And in my head, this cleric is in touch with this particular god that they've contacted, be it the same one that intervened, the same one they worship. It doesn't matter who it is. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to come to that at some point, but they are in touch with the gods. Like, they're not just like somebody who has a lot of faith and is good with healing magics. I think they're going to have quite a lot of significance like down the line, which is great because, you know, somebody who's got like more than just, hey, I'm good with a sword. Don't get me wrong, I'm going to have good fighters, but Alex is a good fighter. But I don't just want like swordsmen and archers and stuff. Like I want some people with depth. Like I'm really intrigued to kind of get into this cleric character. I've never really played clerics in D&D. I did once, and honestly it was my first character, so it wasn't very good. It was a whole mess. So I'm kind of intrigued to go back and like do some more like research into clerics and like see what they're about, what I can do with it. Like there's so much more than I made of them when I tried it before. So they're going to be a fun little character. I'm glad we kind of invented them today. I don't think you were a mess, but that campaign was. Drops her 2 cents and runs. High live. Yeah, no, that campaign when I was Iomi, the cleric, that was kind of a bit of a mess, but it was fine, honestly, because it got me intrigued in D&D, and I learned a lot playing that campaign, which meant that when we played our campaign, I was much less of a mess than I was when I first played. But that character was not my best constructed, and yeah, definitely reminiscent of me in that particular headspace at that time. So I feel like I'm better at writing characters since then. Like, I can't even remember the god that, like, my girl was there for. All I remember is that she was like the god of women and the innocent, and she had some kind of something that was related to peacock feathers. Like, my character had a spear with a peacock feather attached to it, and I got punished and had my powers taken away for like a month because I didn't intervene and save the innocents, which I was like a little bit bummed about because it was a whole thing, and I was like, not a good situation. But honestly, like, I didn't get a chance to really explore it properly then. So if anybody's ever played a cleric and has like some good points for me to go and research, absolutely, like, hit me up on socials or anything. Like, if you have me in Discord or something, or, you know, any websites you want to like direct me to, I'm so down for some research. This is going to be so much fun. I've learned so much just researching for this, doing a lot of research for D&D and mixing in some, like, I want to say it's called Pathfinder. Don't come for me if I say that wrong. I'm Apex coded, so they get a Pathfinder the character, like the legend. But trying to like research like TTRPG systems and like take some inspiration. But I'm really excited. Like, I think we've done some good work today. Pathfinder Starfinder is a different method indeed. Awesome. I thought, like, in my head the name like came naturally to me, and then I just got obviously the picture of the Apex Legends character, and I was like, am I making that up? Is that actually real? But it is, so that's great. Yeah, so I think we've done really good today. I'm gonna go into my to-do list. I have this thing up here for Damn Book December. That's gonna stay there until we complete the month. But every stream I have this here so I can tick off a task. One good writing session. Tick. Done. We're now leveling up. We've leveled up twice today. I'm so pleased with us. Look at us go. I'm now level 24. I don't know what I'm going to do with all my points yet. I might just go and unlock a bunch of companion skins. There's not really much in the way of clothes I want to buy at this point. Like, I feel like I've got the clothes I like. Like, let's see if I can find it. Like, there's a particular outfit I put together, which I'm like absolutely vibing with right now. It's like my off-stream outfit. Was it this one? It might be this one. The one thing I do wish though is that they had like the ones you've bought like at the top, because otherwise it gets really difficult to see like which one I have. I'm like not sure if this is the no, this is the one. It's like the non-binary jacket. There it is. And then we got the black and the purple with the opposite socks. Like, this is gonna be so cute. And then we get rid of the shoes. I love this outfit. So you've got like the opposite trousers, and then you can use you can do presets for outfits. I actually didn't know that. Okay, that's great. I'm gonna change that up and add another preset later, so I can definitely keep that. Yeah, like this yellow, like the non-binary hat with a non-binary shirt and jacket, and then the opposite black and purple shoes and socks. I don't know why this makes me so happy. Let me actually go and... Oh. Okay, so that changes everything about the character then. Is there a way of like copying this over? Because I don't... There was so many different things I changed here. Like, do I have to completely remake it? Like, I will if that's what I need to do, but I'll do that off stream. You don't know that? That's no problem. I'll go and I'll have a little play around with that off stream. Yeah, for now, let me go and see who there is to go and read out to. I think my brain is done with writing today. It's 10 to 5, so I think it's a perfect time to go and see if anyone's online. If the music dips in and out, it's because I'm loading up other things. Like, it's the one thing with Spirit City is it does kind of get a little laggy, especially with the audio when you start clicking into different tabs and stuff. So actually what I'll do, you know what, we'll go to stream ending, and I'm going to close down the game. I'm going to get up Spotify. It's going to be a little bit of a different vibe because we're going to go to our rock playlist, but it's better than silence. Let's go and have a look who is online right now. Just taking a peek through my list of who I have. Let me go check somebody. I want to go see what they're up to right now. I've been going for almost 8 hours. Oh, well, it's a 12-hour jingleathon, so they've been going for almost 8 hours, but it looks like they're going to be going for another 4. I did consider that was like, I think it's called like Jingle Jam, which was like a stream for charity thing, and I considered it, but the fact that I just did the Stand Up to Cancer thing, I was like, let's just get through December, and maybe next year I'll have a go with Jingle Jam, but looks like they're going for 12 hours today. Like, I want to send us over to somebody new. Like, I've been kind of lurking a little bit recently in their chats. I haven't ever actually said hello yet, so that's going to be interesting. Doesn't look like they've got any kind of follow mode or anything on. Oh, this music is such a vibe change from what we were just in. It's wild. Alright, let me just type their name in correctly, and then I'll set up the raid in a second. I just want to make sure I've spelled it right. Okay, so I don't know exactly how to say their name properly, if they have a particular way they say it. Hopefully, when we raid in, they're gonna, like, introduce themselves and say it for us, because I might butcher this, but I think I say it as Spooky. It's S Booski, and it might be that there's like separate names or separate words. I might be Trexing this and like T-Rex Trexing. So hopefully they'll introduce themselves. They're doing, as I say, their Jingle Jam 2024 right now, 12-hour Jingleathon, playing a game called Another Crab's Treasure, and it looks so heckin' cute right now. Like, they're like running around in the bottom of the ocean, and they're like a crab with a knife or something. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. They actually might be fighting with a spoon right now, so I'm really curious to see what they're up to. As I say, I haven't actually ever said hello in their stream before, but I've hung out like just in Deep Lurk, and they are an absolute sweetheart. So I'm so down to going over and introducing you guys to somebody new, and me being brave enough to go and say hello to somebody relatively new to me. So we're gonna head over to Spooky. That's how I'm going to say their name until I know exactly how it is. If you want to copy the raid message, please feel free. Live has put it in chat there, but you don't have to if you don't want to. Hopefully next time we're going to be live. Here is going to be Wednesday. I don't think at the moment there's anything stopping me from streaming on Wednesday, but I'll let you know if that's not going to go ahead. We're going to go back into Grunt, I think. We're so close to finishing it, but I might need some like proper like puzzling brains to help me out next time, because we're getting into the deep part of the game now where it's like I'm running out of ideas of things to check. So if anyone's around for like a bit of a slightly creepy but not really scary like puzzling kind of gardening game, we'll do that next Wednesday. We're going to be here again on Sunday for another co-working writing stream, and fingers crossed I'm going to be able to get my video to work. That's supposed to be out on Thursday, but it completely just messed up and I don't know why. So if I can get that out this week, I will, but otherwise, next Thursday is going to be part 1 of Mythwrecked Ambrosia Island. I was given a key by the dev, and I played through a little bit of it yesterday. It was so much fun. Definitely going to do more of that, so keep an eye out on Thursday. And if you haven't followed me on the socials and want to go and do so, please go and find me there. I'm not active on Twitter. I am on Blue Sky. But otherwise, thank you so much for being here. And remember, it's always tea time, somewhere in the world. Bye-bye, my friends.